Okay, so here we are. The new, Dawnbreak Nightedge pack is upon us, and so I figured to sort of commemorate the occasion, we do sort of a little, I don't know, Shadowverse evening here. I've actually done a few of these videos. The game audio, yeah, I think that's a good idea. We are actually gonna drop the game. Whoops, drop the game audio down just a bit.
Shadowverse.
Ah,
Shadowverse. Shadowverse.
nice.
Shadow.
Okay, so that should do it. So yeah, this has just been kind of a guilty pleasure slash bad habit of mine for the longest time. I actually think this is a good game, or it's better than Hearthstone, certainly. It's sort of held my interest long enough, but it's really just I don't know. Like I said, I get locked in on the dailies, and I end up going like an hour past when I should be going to bed and stuff, and it's just just a big time sink, this kind of game, and I feel like I definitely spent too much time playing it back when it first came out. I've sort of been off and on since then. I did a couple sets off, starting around, Tempest of the Gods, and then I've sort of been back on since they introduced Portalcraft, which is a really fun class. I've had a really good time with Portalcraft. But anyways, we did a pack opening video over on YouTube once, I think a few sets ago, 2 or 3 sets. Can't remember which one it was, but that was a lot of fun. I wish I could have... I would have done more of them, except I haven't been playing the game enough to save up enough coins to actually buy a substantial amount of packs for each set. But this time around, since I've been enjoying the new Chronogenesis set so much, I've actually, or the old Chronogenesis set now, I've actually been enjoying the game a fair bit and playing, quite a bit lately, as you can see here. So yeah, we got 4,400 coins saved up here. That's gonna, and then plus these on top of it is going to be a little over 50 packs. And we're just going to spend them all right now and see what we get. I have not really been following the subreddit or the spoilers or anything that much. I've seen a few cards, I know there's a new Vania and some crazy new Runecraft legendary that spell boosts the cards in your hand 10 times or something bullshit like that. I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see what we get. I traditionally have had pretty average luck with these types of sort of card card pack openings, but it's going to be kind of a card review at the same time as well, because like I said, we're going into this semi-blind. I'm not really too familiar with the cards in the set so far, so yeah, we're just gonna go through, see what we get, and sort of tell you my thoughts and opinions on the cards as they come up. Okay, so here we are, in for the first 10. Okay, going with the good old regular packs with the pack design with the treasure chests around the corners. I think it was only the Rise of Bahamut packs that had the little dragon wings on the corners, which was pretty neat. Okay, no legendaries on the first pull here. GG, worthless. This is a bad omen for what's to come. Okay, so this guy here puts a dragon's nest in your hand. What is a dragon's nest? Oh, and that's a last word, so okay. So for 2-1, dragon's nest should be a pretty fucking decent thing, I'm expecting. Oh no, okay, I know what Dragon's Nest is. Yeah, that's the 1-point amulet. Restore 2 defense, draw a card if overflow is active for you. So okay. Actually, what set was Dragon's Nest from? I think that might be one of the ones that rotated out, because Bahamut just got dropped with this new set being released. Because that's kind of a thing that they seem to do a lot, is it's like they'll rotate out an old set, but then they'll get you ways to still play those cards from the old set just by adding them to your hand for free, or just sort of attaching their effects to other cards, which I think is a neat way to sort of keep their old designs sort of in the game in some form or fashion. And if you evolve this guy, he kind of looks more or less the same. Got more, he gets a little more fluffer-ish. He's a little bit more of a fluffer in the evolved form. But this is just some regular dragon dude. Not even a proper waifu. Or I guess it could be. Could be a girl dragon, who knows, but yeah. Very impressive looking too for a 2 cost, that giant fucking dragon thing for 2. Like, man, I don't know. You'd expect like a bigger statted creature on something like this big on the artwork, but whatever. Elf General, that's got to be forest. Yes, indeed. 3/4 ward that gives you a fairy. Okay. This just seems like some straight up, like, mild power creep to me. This just seems, or it's not like an amazing card or anything, but like 3/4 ward is like reasonably solid in itself, and you get a fairy on top of it as well. So it's like a sort of she's sort of a reasonable, like, got reasonable waifu qualities as well. Is she like holding her own sword by the sword, or is she being like attacked by someone and grabs the blade in her hand? But yeah, decent waifu qualities as well. It's got the Zeitai Ryokai thing going on here.
No punches pulled, just swords.
Yeah, that seems to be kind of the thing they've done lately, is just like stick a bunch of just different effects that don't really mesh together into a single card. Or series in the Shadowcraft card was a great design of that, where it's like, what, deal 2 damage and heal your leader at the end of the turn. Or I guess anti-aggro, I guess, is kind of the theme with that one. But yeah, it's not really part of the Shadowcraft color pie. Neither of those things really, so yeah.
What?
Wait, what the fuck? I could have sworn that I had Japanese voices on here.
No punches pulled, just swords.
Okay, so this kind of sucks. And yeah, she is literally pulling a sword there. Oh, the artwork. Okay. The card, too, is, yeah, kind of just a smattering of like a bunch of different effects into one thing. It's got ward, gives you a fairy. But yeah, I'm actually a big fan of just like ridiculous armor on a character. Just like weight, much armor with like the... Yeah, I could have sworn there's the option for Japanese voices, and I'd go change it, except you have to download the whole pack, and it takes a long time, so we'll just go with English for now. Oh yeah, flavor text is one thing as well that I like to read on these sometimes. So apparently she's a grown-up because she tells you... Okay, she's not a child, she's an elf, so that makes her technically legal. Oh yeah, anyways, so yeah, this is going to take forever if we go at this pace, but then the last time I did one of these, it took forever as well. Crystal Cannon, that's Portal. I should try and see if I can, like, guess the craft that it belongs to before I go in and look at the card. So this is an amulet. Whenever an artifact that originally costs 3 play points come in. So an artifact that's at least 3 play points. So right now, that is, that's the Mystic artifact and the Radiant artifact. Those are the only 2 artifacts at the moment. Unless they've added new ones in this set, those are the only ones that'll actually activate that thing. And whenever you play one, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of effects that do this now, where it's like 3 to a it's like deal damage to a random enemy or the leader if there's no followers. And I do like these effects because it makes sure that it like doesn't fizzle or whatever. This seems like really strong. Like one of my favorite Portal decks is one that just builds up a bunch of Radiant artifacts and then just like, you know, do the Deus thing where you just draw through your deck and slowly chip your opponent down as you clear their board every turn with, yeah, Radiant artifacts and other bullshit artifacts. So this could kind of accelerate that process. It's no Acceleratium or anything, but we'll see if there's any other support for this one in the set. Decent card, but I don't think it makes it into any of my current decks. So we got Poltergeist. I'm surprised there's no music here. Should we play some music? Let's get some music going here. Take that down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so this is Poltergeist, so that's got to be Shadowcraft. Again, I forgot to guess it. Summon 3 for 2... I guess that's actually pretty decent, because that's effectively a 2/2 Storm, which is kind of the going rate for a 3-coster. Although they only last for a turn, but then your 3-cost 2/2 Storms tend to only last for a turn anyways. But Enhance 4, all allied followers in play will be destroyed instead when banished. Okay, so for 1 more point, you get a couple shadows out of it instead. Which is pretty mediocre, but, you know, sometimes you end up playing a 3-pointer on turn 4, I guess. And this, yeah, lets you make use of that extra point to gain a couple shadows. I assume that's like a persistent effect that gets stuck on them as well. So this might be to compensate for, what's his name? Because there's that 2-drop that they have that keeps your allied followers from getting banished. So this might be a replacement for that guy if he rotated out. But again, I'm not super familiar with the sets that all the cards are in. I should maybe go over the Bahamut cards that have all rotated out with the new set. Okay, Witch of Foresight. That's got to be Runecraft. Put a random spell from your deck into your hand. Okay, well, this sounds like some Hearthstone-ish bullshit right here. Just that phrase right there, put a random spell, triggers me just reading that. But since it's a random spell from your deck, this is essentially just like, yeah, 2 mana, 1/2 draw a card, like slightly filtered card draw, which is pretty standard for Runecraft. This is definitely a good card. I would almost certainly run this in like any type of spell boost deck. I don't even know what the new archetypes are for Runecraft actually, because yeah, with Daria gone, I don't actually know. Or I saw there was the one legendary they have coming up. That's like some kind of spell boost thing, but I don't remember exactly what it does.
I'll teach you real quick.
Ooh.
Let's wrap this up in a jiffy.
I was not expecting that voice out of a little like elf mage girl.
I'll teach you real quick.
I'll teach you real quick.
Now a little shapow.
Oh, this is dreadful. I love it.
Home in a jiffy. Toodles.
Ooh, that back home in a jiffy though was well delivered. That was actually kind of hot. Speaking of which, yeah, as usual, open up like the tiny little bit of boob window there once you evolve her. Same amount of legs showing. I like the art on this one, actually. Got like a gold key or something. Okay, actually, I hate this girl. Okay, so she's got like some kind of like weird Valley Girl speak or something on the card text, which makes me kind of hate her. I don't know. I think she'd be an obnoxious waifu, so I'm gonna... It's like, what? This is a 2 out of 5 waifu on my scale. So this has got to be Shadowcraft here, Orator of Bones. Last word, summon a skeleton. So it's just 1/1 and you get a skeleton. Yeah, and with out of the last words. So that's, that seems pretty good. Like, it's not amazing or anything. Like, it's just good. I don't know what 2-drops got rotated out from Bahamut, but I think this... Assuming that... Because, yeah, what 2-drops do we even have in Shadowcraft now? I think they mostly run... It's that 1/2 that destroys a follower and draws you cards, and the Lurching Corpse, which I believe is rotated out now. So yeah, this is solid. People will play this, I think. I'd play it. Generates extra shadows on curve stats. Quite solid. And as usual, yeah, just kind of take take them shoulders off. Get the... Is that detached sleeves or are her... arms discolored? It's weird. This one on the one side looks like a sleeve. Oh yeah, is my mouse cursor showing up? I should probably have my mouse cursor visible on this. Can you see that now? I can't actually tell if you can see that now. It looks like you can't. There we go. Okay, so the window's got to have focus.
This little dude's really shy. Say hello.
Okay, so yeah, this is basically... So yeah, I'm gonna rate this one as a jailbait out of 5. Yeah. Personally, I'd like to keep out of jail as much as possible, so we're gonna move on from this one. Fount of Angels, that's got to be Havencraft. Oh, it's neutral. Okay. Yeah, I guess Angel does actually seem to be a neutral thing, now that I think of it. Countdown to 1/0 to an allied follower until the end of turn. And then last words, draw a card. Okay, but it's only 1, so that's not bad. It's, yeah, just 1. It replaces itself, and you get, yeah, 1 attack on a target allied follower, which is actually potentially decent. But I don't know. I can't see anyone running this. Maybe aggro decks if you want a little bit of extra damage, but Yeah, I don't know. Kind of boring artwork, too. So, yep, that is a fountain, and there is an angel in the center. Heroic Dragon Slayer, that's... I guess, yeah, that's gonna be dragon, actually. Okay. So, this guy looks pretty badass, for starters. Really do like the artwork. And your fanfare, transform a dragon card in your hand into a dragon's hand spur. I am almost positive... Oh, and he's a 3-1, that's unusual. So maybe Dragon's Hand Spur will be some kind of aggro thing. Dragon's Hand Spur, 4 point, 3 damage to an enemy. Draw a card if Overflow is active. So this is basically a Demonic Strike. So yeah, it is kind of an aggro thing, but it also gets you card draw if you're in Overflow. Seems decent. Yeah, again, it kind of seems like maybe an aggro dragon thing. Transforms the card into the Dragon's Hand Spur, though, which means you're effectively spending a card to get this. And I think, actually, yeah, compared to like your average Dragoncraft card, this is actually like kind of worse than a lot of the cards you'll put in your deck. Like if this Dragon's Hand Spur thing were just like a Dragoncraft card that you can put in your deck, which it very well might be in this set for all I know, I wouldn't run it. And I wouldn't want to swap out any of my other cards for it, so I don't know. We'll see if there's any synergies or anything with that. So, okay, 1 pack down, no golds, no legendaries, 3 silvers, which, you know, not bad. But let's move on. Okay. Oh, there's something. Okay, let's take a peek at her. This is a Havencraft card. I have no idea what the fuck this thing does. 8 for a 5/5 ward, so this better be some like crazy good text on there. Ward, give your leader the following effect. I love that they do these now. It's like your big legendaries that give you effects for the rest of the game. If an allied amulet is in play, your leader cannot take more than 4 damage at a time. So this is arguably, or I don't know, the effect is better than Roland because it doesn't take up space on your board. I don't know, it's kind of a mix. It's like on the one hand, if you don't have any amulets, you don't get the effect, but it doesn't take up like that extra slot on your board to do it. That was the thing I always hated about Roland, is I usually like having like 5 followers in play as Swordcraft, but yeah, with Haven here, I mean, as Haven it's not hard to keep an amulet in play like every single turn. Even if you're not running an amulet deck, there's just enough good amulets that you're always going to have one in play. On the other hand, 8 is pretty late for this effect. Like, yeah, I don't know. It'll keep you from getting one-shotted from, like, some bullshit windmill, Queen of the Dread Sea type play, except those aren't possible anymore because they nerfed that bullshit combo. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd run this. This doesn't seem good.
Godsworn Wall. Unmoving Shield.
Eh?
Mirror Blades. Shine!
I mean, it's only the leader, too. I forgot about that, because, yeah, Roland's effect applies to followers, too. If it were followers, this would be amazing. But, yeah.
I've been beaten. They'll show your malice.
Digging the character design, though. She's pretty hot. I'd give her, like, yeah, 4 out of 5 on the waifu scale. Actually, this one I like even better. Got, like, the epic pose and the wings, and the... Looks like some kind of, like, weird... like, feather demon behind her? Maybe that's a statue. I don't know. 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5. Same difference, really. She's a bit more my type, I would say. Somewhat generic flavor text, though. Maybe it is just 3 out of 5. What else have we got? Waters of the Orca. Oh! Here we go. People have been bitching for Mega Lorca support for ages because they had, like, one card that summons a Mega Lorca and another one... Or, no, I think there's 3 Mega Lorca summoners and 1 Mega Lorca buffer. And that's all Dragoncraft's ever gotten. So people have been bitching forever for more Mega Lorca synergy to make a Mega Lorca deck possible. And yeah, here it is. You can summon... Megalorca was what, like a 2-2, I think? Yeah, just a 2-2. Blank 2-2. The Enhance, though... Like, yeah, it just like fills your board with 2-2 followers, as many as you want with one card. The tricky thing is, though, is that the Enhance effect actually makes it, like, difficult to play sometimes. Because that's the trick with Enhance effects sometimes, is you're forced to spend... to use the Enhance effect, even if you don't want to. Still, this seems like solid to me. Just like fill your board with bullshit at any point in the game. At a level appropriate to the point in the game that you play it too. I like this. I don't know if there's any other Megalorca synergy in this set, but if there is, yeah, I'm glad that they finally gave this here. Or, yeah, gave the Megalorca fans this thing. Flower of Fairies, obvious Forestcraft, Countdown 2. Man, Forestcraft's been getting a lot of, like, really powerful early game amulets lately. What about this one? Fanfare, draw a card. Okay, so that's liking what I see already. Last words, put a Fairy Wisp in your hand. Ooh. That's not great. Fairy Wisp is what, a 0-cost 1/1? Right, that gets banished if you play it at the end of a card combo. Or rather, if you've played cards before it. Yeah, I don't know if I'd pay 2 mana for draw a card and add a Fairy Wisp to your hand. I'd rather they gave me 2 of them. Or gave me, like, a Fairy and a Fairy Wisp. It's got the thing where it's like you get the Wisp even if you return it to your hand, so maybe there will be more bounce effects in this set. And there were actually a good number in the previous set as well. I don't know, we'll see. I don't think this gets played. Valkyrie of Chaos, that's Bloodcraft? Neutral. Randomly gain Ward or Rush. Yeah, those are kind of 2 very different effects. I don't see anyone playing this. It's like almost every class, it seems, has like a 3-cost, 3-attack rush follower at this point anyways. Like, I think Sword definitely has at least one. What else? Yeah, Portal has a bunch. And, what's it I'm thinking now? I think Forestcraft has one too.
Here and now, your destruction. I'll teach you despair. Despair!
I think that's her death quote, actually, is the despair at the end. Okay, so this is I'm not really much of an ass man myself, so this is kind of a low-rate waifu for me. I actually really dig the art style on this one. It's, like, very different from your typical Shadowverse card. Yeah, the artwork in general I really, really like, but as far as waifu qualities, and the big dorky crown too, that doesn't do much for me. The halo's cool. Big stupid crown, not so much. Yeah, actually, the evolved form just kind of looks stupid. Speaking of, like, yeah, your, like, over-designed characters or whatever. She's got, like, what, black crystal wings, and I can't even tell what the fuck is going on here. Like, a shield on her arm that's also holding a sword. Yeah. And then also, okay, yeah, she traded her leather chaps for hot pants, too. But, so yeah, cool, badass looking chick, but, yeah, not exactly waifu material, and not a very good card. Man, and even in in the 3-cost slot, you got better neutral options, too. Synthetic Being, that's Portalcraft? Yeah. If you have at least 2 play points and Resonance is active for you. Okay, so this is the big thing in this set, is this thing that they basically ripped off from Hearthstone, where you can play a card as either one thing or another. So she's a blank 2/1, but if I don't know what's with this, if you have at least 2 play points thing. I don't think that Portalcraft has any way to cheat followers into play. Or I guess Queen of the Dread Sea, technically, if you wanted to use her on this thing, but yeah. I'm actually trying to think if there's any other neutral cost reducers. I don't know, maybe they introduced some in this set. But yeah, what you're really looking for here is whatever these get you. So, still 2 cost. Put a Radiant artifact and a Prime artifact. So Radiant is the 5 cost for Storm, and the Prime artifact, I don't actually know what Primes cost, but I think that's the 1/1 that Spinaria summons. Oh, it's a set. Oh, never mind. Never mind. This might be a new one then. 7 cost artifact, 5/5. Start of your next turn. Oh shit! So this is at the start of your next turn, summon a Prime artifact. So it's sort of like a low rent Mordecai then, except in Portalcraft for one cost less, and you have to play this 2-drop to get it when Resonance is active, which is trivial as Portal. This seems really solid. Like, these are both really good cards, and there's like so much artifact synergy. Like, you're basically getting these guys out like 1 cost cheaper, and they probably have Rush as well, or this guy has Storm anyways, but... And yeah, this guy's I think this guy's going to get Rush every time he enters play as well, if you got Acceleratium in play. So, and that's just the first option here. If you don't want those 2 cards, you can get a random one from your deck into your hand. So that's going to be more of the low-cost ones, most likely. Say if you like need an artifact. So this is like your... So you play it for the... this one here, that gets you like the 2 late-game artifacts, the really powerful ones, to set up your late game. Or if you need something like right the fuck now, then you just pull like one of the cheap little ones with Rush out of your deck and use it now. So yeah, this seems like really, really strong. And versatile, too. Yeah, this easily gets played. And it's only a silver, too. Yeah, I think this easily makes it into, Portalcraft artifact decks. I thought they were pushing puppet synergy in this set, though. Alexio we did already. Oh, like this guy here. Cruel Puppet Master. Clash, put a puppet in your hand. That's pretty weak sauce. Yeah, and he loses kind of a stat point to do that as well. Although it's pretty good. You kind of have to evolve him, though, to get... Oh, did I forget to evolve her? My bad. Actually, I wish that there were a way to show the... Oh, it seems like they've got, like, even more cards that... Okay, she's just, like, kind of a palette swamp. She is, too. See, they've been including more cards lately that just completely change the artwork when you evolve them. Because normally they'll just, like, reverse the facing and change the colors and add a few more, like, decals and, like, you know... cut out some clothes around the boobs and shorten the skirt and that kind of thing. But, yeah, there's more of them lately where it's just, yeah, just like a completely different pose when you evolve it. Oh, she's like, I don't know, pure of heart or something, too. Okay, this is a top-tier waifu, I'd say. I'd give her this... Or I don't know. She's... kind of looks kind of okay. The evolved form is pretty badass. I like this one quite a bit. She's got kind of like a trap-like figure, I'd say, on the non-evolved. Yeah, I'm gonna say like question mark out of 5 for the regular one, but then yeah, like 4.5 out of 5 or so for evolved. Cruel Puppet Master gets no waifu points. I'm pretty sure this is a dude, although, frankly, as I just sort of alluded to earlier, you never really can tell when it comes to anime. Classy, though. I like that, yeah, I like the just, like, fucking feathers out of nowhere on his eyebrows. But, yeah, so Clash, put a puppet in your... Or I guess maybe you get 2 puppets if they don't... Like, if they attack it to remove it, as opposed to playing... like a removal spell or effect or something, then you get 2 puppets out of this guy, which is pretty decent as far as puppet generation goes, but it really sucks that he loses a stat point for that. I don't think this gets played even in puppet decks. Although right now puppet decks are really fucking bad. I don't even know if they have a good 4-drop right now, so maybe this does get played. And we got 2 Waters of the Orca, so we got the makings of a Mega Lorca. So we're 2 packs in already. Hey, we got an animated one. So hey, with full set of the Orcas now. Okay, we got Rocket Knuckles. That's got to be Portalcraft. This will be... Yeah, I was guessing this was going to be like a discard an artifact thing. I never liked these just because artifacts are so good. Although, because yeah, so yeah, there's this other part to... I actually don't think that anybody runs any of the discard an artifact effects in artifact decks. Just because artifacts are so good, you never want to discard them. And the effects that we've seen that you get for discarding them have generally been so weak so far that it's just not worth it. It'll be like something like, yeah, discard a random artifact to like ping a random enemy for 2. This is actually pretty strong to get like 6 damage to a follower for 2 mana is really good. I would sometimes spend an artifact for that. So yeah, this, I don't know if this gets played, although it is 2-cost removal, which I think Portalcraft is kind of lacking right now as well. So yeah, this very well might get played. Although the tricky thing is what if you want the removal, but you don't want, but you also want to keep your artifact. I guess you play the artifact first, but sometimes that's suboptimal, because usually you want to save your artifacts for once you've already spent your play points, because then you get the play points back after you play the artifact. I don't know. That's what I like about Portalcraft, actually. It's always like these weird puzzles trying to figure out the best order to do things. Okay, so we gotta reanimate here. So reanimate 3 for 2. That's good value there. You're getting a 3-cost minion back. Oh yeah, and what's this thing? Whoa there! Yeah, I don't know why I give a shit about flavor text. So yeah, reanimate 3. I think that was it introduced in the previous set? No, I think it was the set before that gave us reanimate, where it basically just, yeah, summons a random follower from your discard of this value or less. Yeah, so this basically gets you a random 3-cost follower for 2. And the way you sort of construct your deck, you can sort of set it up so you have more control over what you end up with here. I don't know what 3-cost Shadowcraft followers are worth, like, summoning at this point. But the Enhance 8 is interesting. Reanimate 3, then reanimate 5. Don't know what 5-costers are worth reanimating now either, but that's an interesting one to look into. Temple of the Holy Lion, this has got to be Havencraft. Ooh, put a Holy Lion Crystal in your hand, and whenever a Holy Lion Crystal is played, recover a play point. Oh, this isn't a countdown either. This just, like, stays out forever. Okay, so there's the Holy Lion Crystal. Oh, wow, that's a lot of text. So this is a 2-cost spell that summons a Holy Shield Lion. If you've played 3 to 5 other Holy Lion Crystals this match, summon a Holy Plate Lion instead. If you've played at least 6 Holy Lion Crystals, summon a Holy King Lion. Okay, so... Oh, and Enhance... Ooh. Okay, and then Enhance 5, put a Holy Lion Crystal in your hand. So for Enhance 5, it replaces itself, and basically you want to keep on casting more and more Lion Crystals, and the more you do that, the better followers you get each time. So at first, I'm guessing it's like a blank 2-2. Yeah, Holy Shield is blank 2-2. Plate is blank 4-4. Ooh, and then the King is 4-4 Storm. So this is like a potential like win condition for Havencraft, which they kind of desperately need right now. On the other hand, 5-5 is... Or, no, what am I saying? Enhance 5 is a really high cost just to get another Lion Crystal in your hand. Although if you had other ways to generate them... Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is this thing... Yeah, I think this thing really needs the clause that that the temple has, where it replaces itself if you already have one in play. Because if you're going like heavy Holy Lion Crystal and you decide that's your win con, like you don't want 3 of these things like clogging up your board, do you? So yeah, I don't know. On the other hand, if there's other ways to generate those Holy Lion Crystals, and this is like a new archetype that they're pushing, then this could be, yeah, really solid. And actually, this is recover a play point after you play the Lion Crystal, so even if you use the Enhance effect, you're still getting them back. So say you had like 3 of these guys in play, you could get Enhance 5 for effective 2 and be alright. Though you'd be stuck with 2 follower slots on your board, which is sometimes alright for Haven. They don't really flood much, although they do have a lot of amulets. Yeah, board space is tricky with Haven because of the amulets. You run like maybe 2 of these. I mean, yeah, if you're doing Holy Lion Crystal, you run at least 2 of these. This has got to be Portal. Yep, 5 for a 5/3 rush. So that's a pretty good number. And then Fanfare put a random artifact card that costs at least 3 play points from your deck into your hand. So this is the second one we've seen so far, where it's like, yeah, at least 3 play points for your artifact. Which I guess is fine, because all of the old artifact fetchers, like normally you're fetching stuff like your ancient artifacts and your analyzing artifacts and whatnot, going for those like 3/1 storms, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's good to have one, stuff in there that specifically targets the bigger ones. Just, I don't know, for some variety. It's like a slightly different deck archetype. And yeah, 5 for 5 rush. So you can like take out a big thing and just like rush it right into there, or you can take out a little thing and have him stick around.
No matter the cost, even if it costs my life.
Accidentally finger slips there, but whatever.
My role here is complete.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of... Oh, is that... Okay, I thought that was like a mechanical arm or something he had there, but no, you can see his hand on the hilt. Though this one is, yeah, a mechanical arm. And yeah, he does have... Is that fox ears? I think it might be horns. Hard to tell. I guess it is fox ears, yeah, because that bit on there is supposed to be, yeah, like the inside.
No matter the cost.
Wait, so is that supposed to be like his mechanical arm talking? Like some freaking Ocelot shit from Metal Gear Solid? Okay. Yeah, kind of a weird character. Or what's that going on with his ear there? Whatever. Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to think now if Portalcraft has like some kind of animal ear like theme going on with their cards, and as far as I remember, they don't. Like, apart from the mechanical arms and shit, he almost looks like he should be like a Bloodcraft card, but then the fox ears kind of make him look like he should be a Forestcraft card, but then the robot arms solidify him as a Portalcraft, so it's like, yeah, a lot of different themes meshed together here. We got Calamity's Archdemon, that's got to be a Bloodcraft. Ooh. Oh my. First off, the artwork is kind of butts. Can't even like make out what's going on with that face there.
Your pain will spread across the earth.
It's got a voice to match. Man, I really wish I would have switched to Japanese voices.
Does that hurt? This world is full of agony. The music of crying voices.
Yeah, and then he just kind of gets like all like rainbow glow under his feet when he evolves. Still, 4 damage to both leaders is nothing to sneeze at. It's just, yeah, 9 for 7/7, and maybe kill yourself. And that's the thing, if you kill yourself with the damage to both leaders effect, like if you say you like double KO, then you're the one who dies. Yeah, if you self-damage on your turn, you'll be the one who loses, even if your opponent... I believe that's how it works. Could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, I don't know about this one. This just seems like a just filler to me. Grasshopper Conductor. Loving the concept already. That's got to be Forest. Well, okay, what's this guy sound like? I gotta know.
Let's get this concert rolling.
Yes, let's.
Now a little quicker. Let me hear your bravos.
So this guy's got to be something to do with fairies, right? Put a random follower with X attack from your deck into your hand. X is the number of cards played this turn, including this card. Oh, okay. Oh, I love this. This is just... He grows...
Tap your feet to the beat.
He grows a mustache and gets like a little... And he like moves into a big old like music hall and gets like accompanying angels around him. And his conductor's baton starts glowing too. This is fucking amazing. I think the card kind of sucks. Because, yeah, like, okay, put a follower with X attack. Unless there's something specific you can fish out with this. Like, that's the thing, though, is, like, these things where it's, like, you have to play cards before you play this one. Like, this is an expensive finisher. Like, you would have to play, like, on turn 5, you could go Fairy, Fairy, Grasshopper, Conductor to get yourself a card with 3 attack. Like, you'd have to do some crazy shenanigans to be able to pull anything, like, game-ending with this card. I don't think this is good at all. Waste of amazing artwork, sadly. Oh, well. And then Orca is Orca. Okay, Dragon Slayer we've seen. This is where things start to speed up, is because we've seen a bunch of these before. This has got to be a dragon card. Can't be attacked. Oh, we're going back with these already. Okay, so this is just... so this is just low-rent Forte, straight up. Because, yeah, Forte, of course, is rotated out. Long rotated out at this point. Oh, she's just adorable, though. This is, like, #1 waifu so far. I love her.
Hey, settle down!
Okay, I love her a little bit less now, but still. Oh, she's just so adorable. And the dragon, too. She's got the cutest dragon. Look at those eyes. We're never going to be like her at this rate. Yep, just like I said. Low rate Forte. It is. This is Forte with +1 HP, but no Storm, which kind of makes her not for. Oh, there it is. There it is. She gets the Forte armor, sort of, when you evolve her. Just thematically, I love this card. I don't know. Maybe is there a Dragoncraft card in this set that'll give her Storm? I really hope there is, because otherwise she's not exactly playable. Actually, the one thing that makes her a little bit, not better than Forte, but makes her like borderline playable is that Forte, even after you evolve her, she would die to any 2-point removal, because your standard removal spell is 2 mana. Your standard removal spell is 3 points of damage to any follower, whereas if you evolve her, that 4 HP puts her out of that range. Not like there's not, dozens and dozens of other ways to remove a follower from this game. But, still, I think I want to include her in a deck just for the hell of it. God, there's so much removal these days, though. Like, I don't think this is playable. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, she's got, like, the Valentine in her hand, too. Also, what the hell is that down there? Oh, it looks like she gets birds. There's a castle in the background, too. Oh, it's just great. I love that card. Okay, seen it. I think we saw her, too. Okay, this has got to be Swordcraft. Swordcraft is kind of my main craft, sort of. I actually play all crafts pretty equally. But Sword is my favorite. And I don't think I've gotten a single Sword card yet this... although we're only 4 packs in, so... Master Samurai, enhance. So it's a blank 2/3, but then enhance 6... Get +2/+2 and attacks twice per turn. That's alright, I guess. Don't Sword already have like 2 or 3 or like 1 or 2 dudes who are like 3 cost and then enhance 6 for something slightly better? Or I think there's a neutral guy like this. Attack twice per turn though is pretty good. Like especially like enhance 6, you're often going to evolve on turn 6. So like, enhance 6, play this guy, and clear 2 things. That's pretty good. This is probably best in like some kind of control sword thing, I would say. Where you're wanting to make sure you're, yeah, keeping the board clear. He's got a weird yellow face. I don't know if this is supposed to be some sort of weird goblin samurai or something. He looks like the yellow bastard from
sight, my blade, which
Sin City.
Tear through bone, slice through flesh. Not a moment to spare.
Cool eye patch, but yeah, kind of a boring card. I had higher hopes for Sword out of this set. And yeah, kind of long-winded flavor text there too. Axe Princess, that's got to be another sword. 1 cost, I like that already. Ooh, whenever you play a card using its enhance effect, draw a card. Okay, so already, like, draw a card. 1 cost, Swordcraft, love it. 1 cost, draw a card, Swordcraft, love it. This works as in, like, aggro and control decks. And it's easy. At 1, like, you can slot this in before you play an enhance effect. Just, like, plop it right down there on the board. And then draw your card to replace it. Like, it's not amazing or anything, but I think it's playable.
I never got into princess stuff. Feeling that yet? You're in charge now.
I was gonna give her a low waifu ranking here, but I think her personality has kind of won me over. Well, that's actually what she says in the voice line too. It's like Axe Princess Slacker or something. And again, the complete change with the artwork when you evolve her.
Here goes everything.
Yeah, it's a fine card, I guess. Magical Marksman, it's gotta be Rune. Sword? What the fuck? I was thinking, he's got a gun, so maybe he's Portal, but then Rune does guns, and he's magical, so it's gotta be Rune. But no, it's Sword. Okay, so this is another choose effect. I think we've only seen like 2 or 3 choose effects so far. Okay, so he's 3 for 2/2, so slightly understated, but you get a card in your hand. Holy Pure Bomb. So this is just 5-point removal, straight up, solid. And Fatal Spell Bomb, destroy an enemy follower. Okay, so you get like expensive big follower removal, or you get like piddly little small follower removal. That seems really good. Like really good for Control Sword. Like it's just, yeah, it's like a 3/2/2, and you get whatever removal you need in the moment.
Don't get too carried away.
I did not picture that voice coming out of this dude.
Kiss the dirt. All right already. I surrender.
This guy looks like way too old to be having a voice like that. And he looks basically exactly the same when you evolve him. It's all of his magical shit turns purple, and that's about it. And he gets some swirling energy. If anything, I think he looks more badass in the non-evolved one, because you got like the flames back there and shit. It looks really cool. This, he just like turns all like purple and gay and shit, which I guess is appropriate because...
There's no missing when you're this close.
Yeah, that's what he sounds like. But yeah, it's a good card. I actually really like this. The best Swordcraft card we've seen so far this set. Because yeah, we got like none of them, and now we've got 3. Grasshopper. Okay, this is a new one. Divine Retribution. That's going to be Haven. Neutral. Fuck. Randomly destroy one of the strongest enemy followers in play, or enhance 8. Then deal 3 damage to the enemy leader. This is really strange. Like, your standard 5-cost removal is targeted removal with something extra. Like, you've got, like, you know, 5... Like, yeah, why would you run this over, like, Call of Cocytus? Like, when would I ever want to deal 3 damage to the enemy leader rather than add a 5-point 13/13 to my hand? Or unless that rotated out. I think that actually might have rotated out this set. Then again, every class has access to like a 5-point removal spell anyways, so I guess it makes sense, finally, that at long last the neutral 5-point removal spell is worse than the class-specific ones. Because, yeah, for the longest time you had, what was it, Dance of Death was like the best removal spell that was better than most of the in-class ones. And then Call of Cocytus was better than half of them when that came out. So yeah, I guess, you know, this sucks, but I guess it kind of works in aggro to, like, finish off an opponent if they're, like, lingering past the point where when you were hoping to win the game. Like, it's playable in the right deck, which is what you kind of want from a neutral card. You don't want it to be too good. So from a design standpoint, I really like this. It's also just, like, comical, like, how much worse this is than Dance of Death, too. Just, like, I don't know what the opposite is of power creep, but yeah, they've really adjusted the power curve to a more reasonable level, I think, since the original set. Moonshade Mage, that's got to be Rune. Fanfare gain 1, Spell Boost gain 1 more. Interesting. I don't think this is good. In fact, no, this is strictly worse than or not strictly worse, but it's almost always going to be worse than the one from the base set. I think it was Rune Blade something or other. She was a 4-cost 1/1 that gained +1/+1/+1 each time you spell boosted her. So this is the same thing, except he's a fixed 4 health, but he just increases his attack. Which I guess means that, unlike the other one, he's actually playable, like, without spell boosting him. And he always gains the +1, actually, now that I think of it, because I think the other one started at +0/+0. So yeah, this guy's actually a 2/4. So he basically just only gets better from there. Like, you spell boost him twice, and he's already above the curve. Which is pretty standard for Runecraft spell boost cards. It's like you spell boost them like 2 times, and it's already way above the power curve, and then it just gets better from there. But since he's only got 4 health, it really doesn't matter. You could maybe play some deck where you, like, try to hide this guy behind a bunch of wards and then kill him the next turn, sort of like a soft, what's his name? Deepwood Anomaly. But, yeah. It's not amazing or anything.
Lose? Why, never.
Good voice.
Win? Why, never.
What?
Me giving up? Why, never.
Okay, I like this guy.
You escaping? Why, never.
Okay, please. Yeah, okay, good. They incorporated it into the flavor text, too. Never. Okay. I like this guy. He's not a great card or anything, but I like this guy. Delirious Demon, that's got to be blood. So he's kind of on curve stats, which means gotta get like something like decent out of this. Deal damage to all enemy followers and your leader. So that's like the same as the oh no, the Behemoth. What was it? Flood Behemoth, I think. He was Clash, deal 1 damage to enemy followers, whereas this guy is only when he attacks. Then Enhance 7. Didn't even notice that. Is he supposed to be laughing? What the fuck is this? And then other than that, it's just like a bunch of like smoke going along. It's weird. Yeah. Looks like something out of The Last of Us, like those weird, like vagina face zombies, or whatever it was. But yeah, and deal 1 additional damage to all enemy followers and your leader whenever this follower attacks. If it were all enemies, I would like this so much more, but I don't think this is really playable. Yeah, this just looks bad to me. Like, this is certainly, like, just strictly worse than Blood-Hungry Matriarch if you're playing him for the enhance effect. Like, a lot worse than Blood-Hungry Matriarch. Which is fine, you know, for a bronze card, but, like, then why print it? Why does this need to exist? And I'm certainly not playing this fucking animated version. Jesus Christ. Holy Bear Knight, that's gotta be Sword? Yep. 2/2 ward, enhance 5, gain 2/2. It's pretty boring. Are those supposed to be bear noises? It's like they turned the cheat into a bear. Okay, so it's either... Just a second. Wait, enhance 5 to gain +2/+2. So 5 mana for a 4/4 ward? That's fucking awful. Like, compare that to Hector, who's like a 5-cost 4/4 ward with a free 3 ping that triggers like 90% of the time. Yes, or I mean the 2/2 ward whatever is fine, but the enhance effect is just fucking awful. Oh well, it is what it is. And he's an officer too. Officers are is like nothing these days. There's nothing that triggers off of officers anymore. Commanders are where it's at. Tenko's Shrine. Whenever you restore defense to an ally, deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower. Okay, so yeah. It's Fox Cannon. Fox Cannon is a thing now. Also, that's an adorable snake right there. Yeah, Fox Snack is going to be a new thing, I guess, for Haven. Actually, Haven did get snacks in the last expansion, didn't they? They have the, what's her name that summons the 2 holy snakes. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower. There's not a lot of... Weirdly enough, there's not really a lot of ways to heal... Oh, it's any ally, though. It doesn't have to be your leader. Okay, I was going to say there's not a lot of ways to heal your leader in Haven anymore, but there's a lot of ways to heal your followers. Now, I wonder if you heal all allies, will it deal 2... Like, say I have, like, 2 followers in play, and I heal them all with, like, a Pegasus amulet or whatever. Is that going to trigger this thing twice or just once? We'll have to experiment with that. Because if this actually triggers for each ally that gets healed, this is potentially fucking insane. In which case, I think it's got to be like once per healing effect. Like if I Pegasus on all allies, then this will just trigger once. It's got to be. This is broken otherwise. I don't know, we'll see. I guess we'll have to experiment with it. Valkyrie of the Order. Okay, so yeah, just another neutral, boring, enhance follower. 2/2, 2/2 for 2, or 4/4 for 5, which is even worse than the fucking sword one that has ward. And then 8 for 5/5. So this is just terrible. I don't think this is even playable.
Here and now, your salvation. There is still hope for you. Hope!
Just get creepy eyes. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Yes, that makes a lot more sense. Because, yeah, you gain... It triggers... Have we seen this before? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Megalorcas worked the same way. Yeah, because it cascaded down. Yeah, so you do one enhance effect after another. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. It's still not great, but it makes a lot more sense. Trying to think now if there have been any other enhance effects that like cascade. Or I guess that Bat of Kabada, whatever, from the last set, but I never got her out of a pack, so I've never actually played her before. But yeah, pretty boring card. I feel like they're abusing this enhance mechanic to just print boring cards that do like the same thing slightly differently in every class. Not even great as a waifu. Or, I mean, I guess she's got, like... Or, that's her knee there. I thought that was thigh for a second, but no, that's her knee. Yeah, like, meh out of 5 waifu material, too. Also, is it just me, or her leg seems, like, deformed here? Actually, her whole lower half seems deformed. What the fuck's going on here? So that's like her hips there, and then her legs sticking forward out at an angle because she kind of swiveled to the left. This is fucked up. I don't want to think about it anymore. She has a cool sword, though. I like that sword. Swordcrafter are all about the cool swords, really. Okay, we got the Holy Bear, we got Morie Encomium. Haven, countdown 2, fanfare, draw a card, last words, destroy a random enemy follower. Okay, so it's like a mini tribunal. I guess maybe tribunal rotated this set. Because otherwise, why would you ever run this? Man, 2 turns later, destroy a random enemy follower. Although it replaces itself with the card draw, so I guess that's decent. It's decent. If Tribunal is gone, I would actually, yeah, play this instead. Dragonclad Blade Master, that's gotta be Dragon. I love this guy's face. I don't know what it is. It looks super serious. What's his voice sound like?
A blow to make dragons tremble.
Man, the English voices are
One-eyed
just
dragon.
not...
I'm going to test you.
Not up to snuff, I would say. Anyways, Dragoncraft 2-3, Fanfare 1-1, and Bane if Overflow is active for you. That's pretty mediocre. I guess the Scythe Girl, the, what was it, 2-2 Bane gets Storm. If you have Overflow, might have rotated out. In which case, if she did, this is your inferior replacement. But, although we had the 4-cost guy from the last set, that's like a, what, 2-2 Bane that summons a 1-1 Bane on Last Words, which seems just like, or of course it would be strictly better than this because it costs 1 more, but like it seems to fill the same role much better. I don't think I'd play this guy. He sure can grow that hair, though. And actually, this guy's got a cooler sword than any of the Swordcraft guys we've seen. I think it might actually be the dragons.
Dragons, bow down.
I think it might actually be dragons who are the king of the cool swords in this set so far. It's king of the waifus too, actually, because yeah, waifu, like top tier waifu so far is that Mini Forte. Knower of History. Portalcraft, okay, put a prime artifact into your deck. That was that 7 cost? Okay. Interesting. So we've got a couple ways to get that prime artifact now. So yeah, 7 cost and get just a 5/5 forever, and you get multiples of them, and you can sort of tutor for them even better than you actually. You never really could do it for Mordecai without playing what's her name, Nephthys. Whereas you have multiple ways to tutor for a high cost. Oh shit! Yeah, the evolve too. They already have. Like, there's already so many ways to get artifacts from your deck into your hand. And she gets full stat points for it, too. Because, yeah, it always seemed busted to me that Icarus gets, like, full stat points on Evolve. Despite giving you, like, the artifact draw, too. Because artifacts give you, like, immediate impact as well. Most of the time. Man, this Prime Artifact thing is looking pretty dangerous. Like, I don't see any way that they ever... Like, I don't see any way that that a Portalcraft deck that wants Prime Artifact on turn 7 doesn't just have it every time. It's so easy to set it up. I mean, turn 7's pretty late at this point in the meta, unless things... Although with all the stuff rotating out from Bahamut, things might start slowing down a bit. They kind of started on that trajectory already with Chronogenesis. Frontline Ramparts, that's got to be Sword. Oh yeah, did I evolve her? Ooh. I like the red hair. Like the thighs too. Okay, yeah, she definitely like moves a scale up on the waifu list as well. or moves up a tier on the waifu list when you evolve her. Yeah, she goes from like a 3 to a 4, I would say. Cool background too. I like the archway there. Just, I don't know, very, I don't know, elegant looking. Axe Princess, Twilight. Yeah, she was our waifu number 1 so far. Oh boy. It begins. Okay, Death the Nectophile. Cool name. I like the name. I like the artwork. Very edgy. I think, oh, what's the name of that fucking guy from Overwatch? Reaper fans, I think, are gonna be, yeah, was it the Reaper the guy's name from Overwatch? Like, really, like, edgelord guy with the skull mask? Yeah, people who like that guy, who play that guy, will be a big fan of this card, I think. Almost looks like a Dark Souls boss, actually. Like, literally, this guy could be, like, an alternate design for the Four Kings or something. Oh yeah, I forgot. Did I forget her voice?
Go ahead. Try these girls out. Go and get them. See you again. Go, connect with her.
Okay, she's pretty cute. Move up like half a point on the waifu scale. I like the bendy scythe too. This guy probably looks really cool animated too. He's got like the glowing effects there. So 5 for a 4/4 Bane, gain a shadow. Like, gain a shadow. It's like, you know what? This card is like just very, very slightly too shitty. What can we do to buff it up a bit? Okay, give him an extra shadow. This is what I'm talking about, where they just like cram a bunch of shit onto one card. Like, I don't know, like a big expensive Bane. I don't know. Oh, hey, that's different. I mean, it's the same. It's just, again, rotated with more shit layered on top, but it's got definitely a different kind of vibe to it when you see him that way. Oh, and actually he's got, like, does that happen on this one? Yeah, he's got, like, the face down on his chest. It's like the rest of them, like, grew out of his back or something. Or maybe, I guess that's what he's hiding under the cloak, is the idea. No, look at this shit here. Yeah, this is totally a Reaper quote right here. And that is the only new card that we got out of this pack. We got 1 legendary so far out of 7 packs, which I think is like perfectly average. I think the average is like 1 in 8 for legendaries. Beast-faced mage, that's gotta be Rune. Clash for an Earth Essence. Interesting. Presumably there's going to be some Earth Sigil cards that'll be rotating out. Maybe the, what's it, dwarf guy? Who, he's like a 2-cost, evolves to put a Earthright card in your hand and gives you an amulet. Yeah, this would be a good replacement for him if he's rotating out. Although the clash kind of sucks. I prefer having the fanfare, but I guess it has to be slightly different.
Magic really does things for you.
Okay, that completely changes my perception of this guy. Just entirely ruined. He's like looking all like savage and like majestic and shit, and then
Yowza! Hello there.
Okay.
I'm just like a person.
Yeah, yes you are. You sound exactly like a person. Okay, this I can kind of see. This, yeah.
Back in the day, I was just a mutt.
Yeah, this matches up a little bit more, I would say. The outfit and everything. It's got like some kind of like weird bird staff too, which I kind of like. But yeah, pretty boring card. I guess this seems to be the set of like a lot of boring cards that are presumably rotating out like staples from yeah, replacing stuff that's rotating out from Bahamut. Galua of 2 breaths. That's got to be dragon. Oh, we gotta choose. No conditions on this one. I think this might be the first one we've seen where it's just choose without conditions of some kind that need to be fulfilled. But either a white breath or a black breath. Oh, and this is a 5 for a 4/4. So these breaths would better be pretty damn good. Okay, 2 points, draw 2 cards. That's pretty fucking good. I'm already pleased. Or 4 points, or 4-point removal. Yep, this is pretty fucking good. Although 5 is quite a bit. But you're getting a 4/4 body on top of it, so yeah. Yeah, I like this. This seems really good. And again, if like the game is kind of slow, then you get this, then you get the spell for the cards, and if you need the removal and the tempo, then you get the removal. Yep, complete. That seems to be the way they're going with all of these choose effects, where it's like you get one thing for one type of situation, and the other choice is for like a completely different situation, which I guess makes sense. This guy. Oh yeah, and I didn't. Yeah, dragons are the most boring voices in Japanese and English. Okay, we got a new Mysteria card. That's something, maybe. If you have at least 6 play points, choose. Okay, so this is effectively an enhance, probably. So it becomes either white worm or black worm. So it's a 2 for, so it's a vanilla 2/2/2. But for 6, you get 6 cost, 5/6, put a Mysterian circle in your hand. I believe that's the... Oh, and give all Mysteria spells in your hand the following effect. Draw 1 card. Okay, pushing the Mysteria synergy. That is a pretty good damn effect. As if Rune didn't have enough fucking card draw already. Circle, I think, is the one that summons the Golem, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that's pretty good. And then this one, Black Worm, 6.65. So it's 5/6 for the one, 6/5 for the other. Put a Mysterian Missile into your hand, and give all Mysteria spells in your hand the following effect: deal 1 damage to the enemy leader. Okay. Yeah, so so if you're empty, you draw cards, and if you're pushing face, then you push for face. I like it. And it's only a silver, too. Yeah, I think this is going to be a staple in Mysteria decks, obviously. Again, Mysteria, sort of like Puppets, it's kind of one of those deck archetypes that is really not there and runs a lot of shitty cards just because there's not a lot of good... There's basically no good Mysteria stuff right now. So yeah, this is easily finds its way into any sort of Mysteria deck.
Mysteria. This takes me back.
He looks like War from... what's the game? Shit, the fucking Four Horsemen game where you play as War. It was like kind of Zelda God of War-esque. Fuck, I'm blanking on the name. Oh well.
Keep your nose to the grindstone. I haven't seen you in ages.
Okay, that was a complete tonal shift there in his voice.
How's this?
Darksiders, thank you. Oh, also I'm an idiot, and I've been had my... I keep forgetting to shift the chat box up next to my face. I don't know if it's a big deal. I like having the chat box next to my face because it's like I'm like talking to you guys. It's like here's one half of the conversation over there, and here's the other half over there. I think I got that backwards with the pointing, but whatever. Hey, we got an animated conductor. Oh yeah, what's this guy evolved to? Oh yeah. Pretty classy. Not super interesting with the animated version. Oh, right, I completely ignored Frontline Ramparts last time. I went into it and then I backed out of it and forgot to actually come back into this and cover it. So Swordcraft, 4-cost amulet with a 3 countdown. If there are fewer... So Fanfare, if there are fewer allied followers than enemy followers, summon a Heavy Knight. At the end of your opponent's turn, summon a Heavy Knight. I believe Heavy Knight is a 1/2. Okay. So that seems pretty good. So at the end of your opponent's turn means that they effectively have Storm, which is really good for Sword. Problem is so it's with countdown 3, end of your opponent's turn, so 3, summon 1. Oh, that means that it gets summoned before the amulet gets destroyed, because the amulet gets destroyed at the start of your turn. So yeah, this gets you 3 Heavy Knights, one turn after another, and if this triggers, then you get 4, which is pretty much the only way that it's worthwhile. I don't know, 4 cost for 3 Heavy Knights is still pretty decent. It would be better if you got them all at once, but it would also be fucking insane if you got them all at once and they all had Storm. I don't know, it might be playable. Like any type of like flood deck where like you're like some sort of Walfrid type nonsense, which was actually one of my favorite Sword decks back when Sword was playable. So yeah, this could, if Swarm Sword becomes more of a thing, this could see play. Although turn 4, like a turn 4 do nothing, or even frankly turn 4 summon a Heavy Knight is really fucking bad. Yeah, 4 mana, that's a lot for like something that pays out like a little drip feed over the next few turns. I don't know, now that I think of it. I don't know about this one. Suttungur, I can tell just by looking at this guy that he's neutral. Fanfare, okay, so this is like the new Odin, kind of, only it's specifically anti-amulet tech. Does not work on anything else, but he gets extra stats, so he would be, what, a 6/5 for 6, which is decent. Other than that, not much to say. Yeah, this is the new Odin. He costs 6 instead of 8, and he's only good for amulets. Huh. I was kind of expecting that this guy would be able to speak English, but... Man, we haven't had any... Oh, okay, here's one. I was going to say, we haven't had any, like, waifus at all lately. Here's one. Elusa, Magic Wonderkin. So she's just a blank with an evolve that gives her no stats. So this had better be fucking good. Summon... What?! Okay, banish it at the start of your next turn. Okay, so this is just for clearing, basically. Still, you know, double clears with your wards are always good. Like, or with your wards, with your evolves. Like, basically anything that lets you 2 for 1 with an evolve is always solid. And that Earthright effect is actually pretty good. So, yeah, playable, I would say.
I'm Elusa the Wonderkind.
Awfully cute. Is that stars in her eyes? She's got, like, fucked up eyes. Oh, she's got the little elephant pack on the side, too. Oh, that reminds me. We gotta get on Yono and the Celestial Elephants some point. That'll be our next one, I think, actually. Now that we're basically, like, almost done Celeste and we're done with Tomb Raider. Yeah, we'll probably do Yono and the Celestial Elephants for the next stream.
We'll get through this. It's snack time. Yeah, you're really special.
Her voice sounds extremely familiar, but I can't quite place it. Anyways, as far as, yeah, waifu material goes, jailbait out of 5. Okay, this is the one I saw before as well. Actually, before we get into that, though, I've got to go to the bathroom real badly. We will be back in a minute. Alright, and we are back. Oh wow, we've been going for like an hour and a half, and we've done 9 packs out of like 50. This will go faster as we've seen more and more of the cards. So, for example, I think this guy here might be new. Forest Craft. When this follower attacks an enemy follower, the enemy follower loses the ability to attack on the next turn. Okay, so this is like a 2... This is interesting. I actually like this. I don't know if I like it in Forest Craft, but it's a cool effect nonetheless. So this is like a 2/2 that's like does something useful if you just ram it into like a big enemy follower of some kind.
Don't come closer.
Oh, it's a man.
Keep your distance. This is fine. Didn't I ask you to stop?
So, yeah. Oh, is that like this? Looks like the Stark, like a sideways Stark house emblem on his dress there. If you like turn your head sideways, it's like a wolf's mouth there. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Also the skull on the belt, and he's got like antlers. And the chains. Yeah, I don't know. Again, a lot of different themes going on here. Seen it, seen it. Oh, this is a new one. Fashionista Nelcha. Another, oh, Forest Craft. Based on the visual design here, I would have guessed Rune. Fanfare. Choose! Hey, we gotta choose. 4 cost, 3/4, either Angel's Dress or Demon's Dress. Angel's Dress. Give 1 cost, 1/1 to an allied follower. Oh, they're both 1 cost spells, so that's good for Forest Craft. Change an enemy's follower's defense to 1. Okay, so yeah, again, just like 2 really solid 1 cost spells. This seems just really good. Like, yeah, those are both really good spells. They're 1 play point, so you can combo them with other stuff. This is just like, yeah, great Forest Craft card in general, I think. Oh, I didn't even notice the tits on this one either. Holy shit. At least I think that's what's going on here. Yeah, you can see... Or, you know, this might be like an Isabel situation. Because, yeah, if you look at it real carefully, which I definitely have these last few seconds, it's like that little patch over the cleavage there looks... like different from the rest of the artwork. It was kind of like drawn there as an afterthought. Or unless she takes it off when you evolve her. Oh, hey, again with a completely different pose when you evolve. Nice, nice. Man, this is like the first like real good like set of tits we've seen in this new set so far too. I wonder if they've been deliberately cutting back on that. Because I know people on the subreddit complain about, like, card censorship and stuff all the time. So I wonder if, like, in general, they've been, like, being more judicious about, like, which female characters they choose to put into the you know, into Shadowverse card form. But, yeah, so, like, I'm going to say, like, yeah, 4.5 out of 5 waifu tier. And then, yeah, the card itself is really good, too. Anything else new here? Oh, Tartman. So yeah, I've seen memes about this thing on the subreddit, but other than that, I don't actually know what it does. Evolve to bounce a random enemy follower back to their hand. Okay. This seems really bad to me. And it doesn't even get stats for it either. Not even like a 3/3 on the evolve. This is just fucked up. Who would want this? Who did this? Who thought of this fucking thing? Okay, please let this thing be male so I don't have to suffer the indignity of giving it a waifu rating.
An upper crust tart coming right up.
Oh no.
Open wide. Oh.
Wait, it's a man though. It says Tart Man right in the name.
An upper crust tart coming right up!
I don't know if it's just me, but that clearly sounds like a woman's voice to me.
Open wide! Oh, never mind.
You know what? We've
Bronzed and buttery!
We've been here long enough. Let's move on. Summoning drills. Rune, maybe? Yep, runecraft. Countdown 3, fanfare, summon a guardian golem. Last words, summon a scrap golem. Okay, so it gets you a 3/3 ward and a 0/2 ward. So that's like a 3/5 total, like in terms of total stats. Oh, it's an earth sigil as well. That's interesting. So it's a countdown earth sigil, so you can leave it stay to get the scrap golem, or you can pop it to, yeah, get the guardian golem. Although you're kind of overpaying for it, except not really, because 4 for 3/3 ward is actually closer to what 3/3 ward should cost, as opposed to the 2 that you usually get the guardian golems for. Still, could maybe see play in Earth Sigil decks? I am not sure. Okay, last of the first 10. Okay, looks like we just got 1 legendary out of the first 10. Silver Chain Disciple. Blood, maybe? Okay, he doesn't look very blood-like, but... Fanfare, 1 damage to both leaders, and 2 damage to a random enemy follower if Vengeance is active. I swear, I could have sworn that we had a card that was almost exactly like this in the classic set, but I don't remember exactly. This thing looks almost exactly the same, evolved. I can barely even tell the difference. Gets like a new thing on his shoulder.
You'll be snared and sent to heaven. You'll be snared and sent to heaven.
Alright, that's the evolved one. Again, I couldn't tell for a second.
Howl, Platinum Chain!
Also, has he got like some weird kind of ghost ribbon here? Is that like eyes or just random snowflakes there? It looks like he's got like some kind of weird like butt slug coming out of his butt or something, just peeking out there. I don't know. Maybe that's what's in the vials.
Snare!
But yeah, kind of boring card. Also, I think the whole thing only triggers if Vengeance is active, which seems weird. I don't know, the syntax of this one is hard to parse, actually. Is it 1 damage to 2 leaders, and then if Vengeance is active, 2 damage to a random enemy follower? Or is it the whole thing only if Vengeance is active? Because I don't know if I want to deal 1 damage to both leaders if Vengeance is active. Whatever, either way, I don't think this sees play. Oh, Holy Lion Crystal is just like a card you can get. I didn't realize that, yeah, it's so rarely that cards will like add cards to your hand that are actually like cards you can put in your deck. Or tokens, they call them, yeah. I did just assume that Holy Lion Crystal was going to be a token, but this is actually another card in the set, and sure enough, it does, yeah, what we saw that it does earlier on. Okay, so that's the first 10. And we got our Godsworn Alexiel. Cool. We're going to clean up these last 4. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Beastface Mage, we've seen. Holy Bear Knight, we've seen. Crystal Cannon, we've seen a bunch of. Seen it, seen it, seen it, seen it, seen it! Absolutely fuck all from this pack. Seen it. Oop, this one's new. Drakewing Assassin. That's gotta be Dragon if it's a Drakewing, yeah. Okay, so 5 for 4/4 rush, and whenever you play a non-follower card, it gains +1. That seems a bit strange. I see that coming into play very, very rarely. Assuming you even want to play this thing, which maybe you do. Like, yeah, just to keep the board under control.
These claws and fangs are a way of life.
Okay, and it's a man.
Take a step forward.
Again, hard to be sure until you click that button, and even then it's iffy sometimes.
I knew it! My power helps the weak!
Yeah, then like look at this. This is supposed. I would have if I had not clicked the voice line button there, I would have totally taken this for a girl. Again, the artwork is kind of hard to parse on the evolved form. It almost looks like he's got like wings or something growing out of his back onto like some weird like portal to the netherworld or something, or like a blue Sauron's eye. But no, I think it's actually just the same thing. Yeah, it's just like an opening up to the sky above. And it looks like a club. Back here's the poses like this. I don't know. Messy artwork on the evolved form. Okay, this has got to be a portal craft. Oh, rune craft. Okay. Oh yeah, it's just ice shards. I don't know. It had kind of a portal-y look to me. Destroy an enemy follower with 2 defense or less. Draw a card if an evolved allied follower is in play. Ooh, spell boost. Okay, so this is basically the wind, whatever it is. The 2-cost one. 2-cost spell boost nuke. Isn't that like a basic card, though? Why would you ever run this over that one? Yeah, this just seems strictly worse than Wind Blast, whatever. Or I guess it draws you a card if an allied evolved follower is in play, but yeah, that's about it. Or I guess it's more removal. Like you could always run both, I guess. 2 breaths, like Cowan. This one's hard to place. I'm gonna say Haven. Yeah, Beastmen is kind of a Haven thing. Fanfare, deal 2 damage to an enemy if there are at least 2 amulets in your. Oh, and it's enemy, so you can go face with this. If there are 2 amulets in hand. Yep, this is a Stormhaven card, I think. Stormhaven runs something like this. Actually, I guess Swordcraft has the Beastmen a lot of the time, too. That 2 amulets in hand, though, is actually not that easy to trigger. Like, a lot of the time, you're going to be playing your amulets as fast as you draw them to make sure that they trigger as fast as possible. So, I don't know about this one, now that I think of it. I don't know, we'll see. Another Holy Lion, Crystal, Grasshopper, opposing statues. I'm guessing neutral on this. Oh, Havencraft. Choose. Summon either a Holy Fowl of Ivory or Hexed Fowl of Ebon. This is a 4-cost amulet. Countdown 2. Okay, so this guy replaces itself then, so you get to summon something right away, and then at the end of the countdown, you get this guy back in your hand. If you don't have any cards in hand. Okay, so what can we summon? 4 points to summon a 4/3 that restores 2 defense to this follower. That can trigger that other Tenko amulet, so it's synergy for that. 2/3 storm. So it's either... this one I can kind of see. Like 4/4/4/3 that heals itself, although you kind of wish it would have more health for that kind of effect. This is like almost decent, and then this one just kind of... I mean, it's Storm, if nothing else, and indeed it is nothing else. For 4 points, though. Like, the only way this is worth it is if you get it back, and you don't necessarily have much control over that. Haven traditionally... I find has a fair bit of card draw. I don't know about this. This seems bad. Or I guess the other thing is it helps you have more amulets in your hand to trigger other effects like this guy, but yeah, seems kind of bad. Ooh, hey, we got an animated one of these. Ooh, I saw a legendary Marduk. I have no idea what it is. This is a neutral. 7 for 7/7. Fanfare, give your leader the following effects. Followers can't be played. Okay. Whenever you play a spell, draw a card. Whenever you play an amulet, deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. Okay, this is fucked. I love how it's neutral. Like, you can... What decks can run this? What decks are gonna run fucking only amulets and followers? Oh, these effects last until the follower leaves the area. That's lame. Oh, this was almost interesting. So, like, for one turn, all of this happens.
The angel's right hand, the demon's left.
Like, you should at least have, like, immunity to damage and destruction from effects or something. Like, I don't know, maybe make him like a 5/7, immune to damage and destruction from effects.
Crushed! Their fear, my solitude.
Yeah, crushed just like my... Oh, hey! Stealth waifu! Out of nowhere. Nice legs. Actually, not really. The bend right there. She's got, like, weird, like... I don't know, noodle leg going on there. Nice wings, though. There's that, yeah, this weird, like, almost, like, I don't know how to describe it. I think this is, like, the same artwork I've caught, I'm betting this is the same artist as, I can't remember card names for shit. There was that, one with the leather pants and the dorky giant crown, and then another one. Just seems like very similar style. I bet they're the same artist. Man, cool idea, but it's just not quite there. Like, you need this effect to last longer for this to be, like, interesting. I don't see any deck running this. Oh, well. What else have we got? All repeats. Oh, what's this thing? Have we seen her before? Interesting. Okay, so we got a 1-point Bloodcraft. You know, Bloodcraft loves its 1-pointers. But for 5 points, we can get a 3/5 ward that restores 2 defense to your leader. Or I'm guessing the other one has Storm. I'm guessing 3/5 Storm. Oh, no. 4/4 +1 to all other allied followers. So you could do like a Swarm Bloodcraft thing, which I actually tried to do once. And it really doesn't work. But maybe it does now that this is a thing. Okay, so that's like half decent. I guess you wouldn't expect it to be amazing for, you know, for a silver.
Crimson wings appear unto me. Thou art an ally of souls. Power of crimson. Soar into a world of corruption.
Right, and yeah, as far as, yeah, waifu rating, as usual, yeah, we're looking at like a Chris Hansen out of 5 here. Yep, that's everything from that one. Okay, so we are 2 legendaries in 14 packs, which is, again, perfectly average. I think 1 in 7 or 1 in 8 is the average. Summon Bloodkin. Is this not a card that exists already? Did they just reprint this? Am I going crazy here? Summon Bloodkin. 2 mana, summon 2 Forest Bats. This is a card that already exists, isn't it? I'm gonna have to look that up afterwards. Like, you know... Like, yeah, it wasn't that long ago that, before rotation started, right? Like, Summon Bloodkin. This is like from right back in the original set. Nice waifu, at least. I like the heels there. The dress flowing behind there got kind of like a, I don't know, like a Sailor Moonish quality to her with like the spacey background and stuff, but it, like with a Bloodcraft kind of tint to it. And sure enough, you got the 2 Bloodkins right there. Valkyrie, Mischievous Spirit. This has got to be either Forest or Shadow. Shadow. Necromancy 3, summon a ghost. That's pretty fucking good. I mean, Necromancy 3 is a lot for a 1/1, but still. That's a good effect for a 1-cost follower. Oh yeah, I didn't, or that didn't have a voice because it was a spell. Gross. How do you do that? How do you make that noise? I don't know. Voice actors are just something else. It's a talent I never will possess. Yeah, this just seems good. This is like boring but good. Seen a lot of packs like that, or I've got a cards like that so far in this set. Yeah, speaking of boring, that's not the most exciting animated card I've ever seen. Oh, and hey, we got two of them all at once. Big Soul Hunter. Necromancy 6. Destroy a random enemy follower with at least 5 attack. Okay, what's her name? Soul Squasher must have rotated out or something, because this is basically just a really shitty version of Soul Squasher. Which was overpowered in the first place, I guess, so yeah, maybe this is playable.
Big souls, they're where it's at. Yeah, fresh ones rule. Gimme! I only care about the big ones.
Okay, what's with the fucking lowly thing going on in this? Like, I'm an Oppai guy myself, and we've seen like one. We've got like the one boob card right here, and we've had like 3 lowlies. What the hell? Like 3 or 4 lowlies. It's like people at fucking Cygames, get your shit together.
Big souls, they're where it's at.
I love the little like bone puppy there though. That's pretty cute. Okay, and we got the Marduk emblem too. He's even like a boring emblem. This is like what you'd expect to be like the default emblem for people who haven't chosen an avatar. Like this is the kind of thing you'd expect those people to have. It's like the silhouette on Facebook or some shit. Okay, now we go into the rupees. Okay, what do we got? Bloodkin again. Oh yeah, I was gonna check Bloodkin to see if... We haven't gotten many golds yet either. Like, we're on the curve for legendaries, but we've gotten... I think we've gotten like as many golds as legendaries at this point. Maybe a couple more now that we've got this thing. Innocent Princess Prim. And what do you know? Another fucking lowly. Okay, Swordcraft Ambush though, so I'm liking that so far. Although 1-3, not liking that so much. Fanfare Enhance 8. Hey there, LC. Welcome to the channel. We are just opening some card packs and reviewing some cards here, because I have not really followed like the spoilers or anything for this set. So what, 1-3 Ambush for 2 just seems really bad. Like, you would expect it to be the reverse for Ambush. Like, what's the point of having an Ambush follower with a bunch of health and no attack strength? But for 8 it gets 3-3, so yeah, you could spend 8 and get a 4-7 Ambush follower. Presumably this thing here is really good though. 2-3 ward. This is a weird fucking card. So it's got like a weird lopsided stat line that doesn't really synergize with its ability, and if you enhance 8 it, you get a 2-3 ward bane along with it. Is that even worth it? 8 mana for a 1-3 ambush. Or you know what? It's a commander. I think that's the idea here, is that you get like a 1-3 commander in play, and then you just let her sit there in ambush, and then you have a commander in play forever to trigger all of your if a commander is in play effects. I don't know if I like that for 2 mana. For 2 mana, I would prefer a card that actually does something. But who knows? I don't fucking know. Maybe it's good. Oh, and hey, speak of the devil. There she is. So yeah, this is the same thing that the other one gives you. Bane if a commander is in play. 2-3 ward. Yeah, solid, I guess.
Nonya and the wonderful Princess Prim.
Oh yeah, I didn't,
I'll help you all.
Oh.
I'm not allowed to leave the castle yet.
Nope, no you are not. You are never leaving the castle.
Nonya and the wonderful Princess Prim.
You're as bad as ever, I see. How gorgeous! For the noble Princess Prim!
Okay, that's the idea. I thought there was like weird like intonation issues with her voice there, but yeah, she's supposed to be a lesbian, so that explains everything. So I guess that makes her like I guess off the like waifu rating scale then, since she's obviously she's like, you know, like a waifu's waifu, you know? Like literally. But yeah. Decent card, I guess. Valkyrie of Chaos again. Beast-Faced Mage. Yep, we've seen all of these before. Oh, hey, there's a new... Oh, hey! Okay, this is a good pack. I like this pack. Another animated Orca, too. Okay, let's go straight for the Legendo. Okay, so it's another vanilla 2-2, but then it's effectively enhanced 5 for one of these two. We either get... So I think this is the chick that appears on the... oh, I forget what it was. It was like a 4-cost card, that spell that draws you a bunch of cards if you have a bunch of officers in play, or something like that, or a bunch of followers in play. I think she appeared on the artwork for that spell. I think it was called Stratagem, maybe. But, yeah. Oh, I think I might have a new favorite waifu for this set. She's looking good. Real good. Let's see if her, yeah, her actual card effects are as sexy. Okay, 5 for a 2/4, so that is severely understated. But you also get a Shield Guardian and a Heavy Knight. What's a Shield Guardian again? 1/1 ward and a 1/2. Okay, so that's like, what is that? That's like a, what, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2. So that's like 4/7 worth of stats in a single card. So yeah, it looks like they're trying to make like Swarm Sword a thing, which I'm really happy with. That was one of my favorite decks back a couple sets ago. And then I'm guessing the other one's going to be something that buffs your board rather than creates the board. Oh, gains +1 for each other allied follower, then return all other... Oh, and she's got Storm! Holy shit. Okay, so yeah, she doesn't buff your other followers, she just gets benefits. This is going to be great for a, what's to call it? A cannon deck as well. Like, really good for a frickin' cannon deck. Yeah, it's like you fire the cannon, you get Storm, you hit him in the face, and then you get all your commanders back to play him again to trigger more cannon shit. Oh, I love this. I think cannon might be a real thing in this set. I really hope that it is. It was almost there, I think, even in Chronogenesis. I really like this card. I'm gonna test it out. I think this is gonna be maybe one of the first decks I make once we're finished here. But yeah, I can easily see myself crafting like 1 or 2 more of these. This is actually, yeah, the first legendary I've seen so far that I've been really excited for. Swift... Oh, okay. Everdark Strix. This is the second Strix I think we've seen in Shadowverse. Shadowcraft, 3/2 for 3, so vanilla stat line. Fanfare, Burial Rite. Random Shadowcraft follower from your deck into your hand. And whenever you perform Burial Rite, restore 1 defense to your leader. I wonder if they're going to try to make that Burial Rite a thing in this set. I think there were like, what, 2 or 3 cards in the last one that actually used it. And yeah, random Shadowcraft follower. That's like basically draw a card. It's very similar to the what's her name? The Necromancer Witch, whatever, 2 cost 2/1. That's Burial Rite to draw a card. This is a very, very similar effect. Anything fancy on Evolve? No. Swiftgate Okami. That's obviously Forest. When you play another follower, give it Storm and then... What? This just seems stupid. Like, not like broken or overpowered or bad or anything, just stupid. So you play this thing for 5 mana, then you get it back to your hand, and the next thing you play gets Storm. Like, the obvious synergy here is with Deepwood Anomaly. So yeah, you play this on 7, Deepwood Anomaly on 8, and then you win the game. Which actually kind of makes Deepwood Anomaly a thing, because that's sort of what you try to do, is you try to, like, sort of overwhelm your opponent, where it's like you'll use Wolf to get an anomaly, then you'll like do like a double anomaly turn, or you'll play just one anomaly after another and hope that they can't clear them like 3 turns in a row, or can't clear 2 of them at once. And this just sort of adds one to the chain. It's like, okay, now you gotta kill my Swiftgate, then you gotta kill my Deepwood Anomaly, and now you gotta kill my second Swiftgate. Like, this is a must remove. Like, starting turn 7, this is a must remove, or else you just lose the game outright. And then they do remove it, and then you lose the game outright because you spent 5 mana on a fucking do-nothing 4/4. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. Who fucking knows? Or you could get the Swiftgate Okami train going, where you just play Swiftgate Okami, then you play another one, like another copy of it the next turn, then he gets Storm, and then you just like cycle them through and keep on giving your guys Storm to each other, assuming that your opponent can never remove a follower. Junk. That's got to be Portal Craft. 1/2, so Junk had better be pretty fucking good for a 3-cost 1/2. Fanfare and Last Words, add a puppet to your hand. Okay, that's pretty fucking good. So it's, I mean, I don't know. It's effectively like a 1-cost, like the stat line is 1 cost, and you're getting 2 puppets on top of it. So it's effectively like your puppets are costing 1 mana, whereas they normally cost 0. Except Puppet's actually an amazingly good card, and you can save them to later to use them with your other Puppet synergy effects, or just use them when you need it. So like adding it to your hand is way better than like actually just like playing a 1/1 follower right now. Or it's not like way better. There's situations where one's better than the other, but this might be like the best puppet generator that Portal Craft has right now. This easily goes into puppet decks. Like, the current puppet cards in Portal Craft are so bad. Like, I think just every puppet card I've seen so far just automatically goes into puppet decks, just because like that there's so many bad cards that need to be swapped out of current puppet archetypes. Peace Weaver, this is Haven. And okay, it's another Holy Lion Crystal generator. Oh, and what does this thing do when you evolve it? It rotates and turns white. That's pretty boring. Okay, aesthetically pretty boring, but the effect I really like. Though I still haven't seen any way to like actually win games with puppet decks just yet. We got better puppet generators I've seen so far, but I don't know what your win con with a puppet deck is yet, other than fucking Noah, which just no. Okay, so yeah, Peace Weaver, just yeah, 3/2, Ward, Lion Crystal. Pretty basic.
This holy fragment. How troubling. Someday the true peace. I want to protect the peace.
It's got like weird creepy eyes on this girl. I don't trust her. I've been lamenting the lack of boobage so far in this set, and this is all right, but the face kind of creeps me out. Also, what the hell's with her arms? Or I guess she's like wearing whatchamacallums, I don't know, sleeves on her arms. Arm sleeves, or arm leggings, more or less. But it makes her look like she has like weird lizard arms. Which I guess she very well might, you know, the way that these Shadowverse characters look a lot of the time.
This holy fragment.
And yeah, we got 2 of them. Ooh, Forest Whispers, haven't seen that. Transform an enemy follower into a fairy and put a fairy into your hand. That is pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so yeah, it's just like really reasonably cheap soft removal then. For followers only though, which makes it I'm not sure there's not a I don't think there's a lot of must remove amulets right now. So actually I think you could make a case for running this over Fall from Grace. Hey, another mini Forte. I'm just going to keep looking at this card every time we get one. Oh, I hope we get an animated one sometime. Oh, hey, speaking of animated, got an animated junk. Okay, I was going to say this is like a pretty boring and stupid animated one. But, yeah, the Bloodstream there, I kind of dig. Seen it, seen it, seen it, seen it, seen it. Ooh, this is a new one. Fickle Resurrector. That's Shadowcraft if you have at least 6 shadows. Fanfare, Necromancy, 6. Okay, so this is one of those choose effects again. And I was saying how it's like, oh, we haven't seen so many of them way back earlier, and now we have seen tons. Okay, so it's 6 shadows to choose. Oh, wow, 7. Oof. 7 for a 5/5. These, yeah. Better have your 6 shadows when you go for this one. Oh, it doesn't even transform the follower. This just gets you a different thing to come with it. Spellplate Cavalier, 4 point. Okay, but it summons it for free. So you're spending 6 shadows to get one of these guys. 6 shadows for a 4-point follower is pretty good. Although 2/4 Ward isn't exactly a 4-point follower. Yeah, I noticed the evolve there too. I'll look at that in a moment. 4-point Shadow. 4.33 Drain. No rush or anything. That seems slightly better. And yeah, you'd better trigger that Necromancy, because this card is really fucking bad otherwise. Okay, and then you evolve it. It gets no stats, but it evolves the buddy that it summons. Which doesn't seem that much better to me. Or, I don't know, I guess again, it's 2-for-1 removal, so it's like decent. Although, turn 7 is pretty late. This is pretty weak for turn 7. Like, why would you... Or I guess, what's it called? Thane got bumped up to 8 cost now, so I guess there's maybe room in the 7 slot. Although each tar is still a thing, so no, there really isn't. This just seems bad to me. So yeah, like, to really get the full value out of it, you need 6 shadows, and you need an evolve, and... It's basically just a shitty do-nothing 5/5 for 7 if you don't have all of those things in place. And even if you do have them all in place, it's still not that good. Like, if you got these followers, like, for free without the Necromancy, this would be... That would actually be an extremely good card. Like, a really, really good 7-cost card if you just got the follower without the Necromancy. Good looking, though. Got the whole Alas Poor Yorick thing going on. Good rack. Oh, and I thought that was like blood running down her leg, but it looks to be part of the design of her boot. Which apparently has like part of it detached somehow. Strange. Yep, classy looking lady. But, yeah, this is probably the last we'll see of her. Oh, she got this cool, like, death... Oh, I see. The skull, like, grew into a ghost skull or something in the evolved form. Oh, and he's got, like, skeleton bug legs growing out of his back. Oh, this is such a cool-looking card. I really, really like the artwork on this one. Yeah, shame about the card itself. And then we got the Strix again, and we got an animated Holy Lion Crystal. Well, we got hella Holy Lion Crystals. Red Talon Strike. Oh, it's animated end. This is the first time we've seen this one. Bloodcraft. Give an allied follower +1 until the end of your turn. Summon a Forest Bat. That seems rather good. Like, it's almost always, if you're running this in your deck, it's almost always going to be a Bloodcraft follower that you use it on. So summon a Forest Bat for 1 mana, and give an allied follower +1 till the end of your turn. That seems extremely solid. It would obviously be better if it were summon a Forest Bat and give an allied follower +1/+0. This doesn't really go into neutral decks at all, but yeah, neutral blood has always been bullshit anyways. I don't even care that they over-nerfed it. I don't ever want it to come back. Mighty Arm Skeleton. If you have at least 8 play points, choose to play as Giant Skull or Helllord Skeleton. Okay, so it's a blank 4 for 4/3, but for 8, you get a 6/5 ward that summons 2 skeletons. That's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Or Helllord Skeleton. 6/5, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Seems a little bit weak sauce, but, you know, you don't use that part. You don't pick this one unless you really want that, like, 3 damage right the fuck now. Say to, like, win the game or something, since you can target the leader with that. Man, I really wish I could view the artwork for the, like, the transformations and the generated tokens and everything. Oops. So he seems like a pretty cool guy. I'd play him. Seen it. Oh god, we got like 3 of these guys in 3 packs. What the hell? What did we decide on this guy again? That he was, yeah, pretty much like mediocre. It's weird that this is a gold card. Like, it seems like a pretty boring effect for a gold, but whatever. Seen all of these. Holy shit, we're getting bad luck this time around. Or I guess we got some decent legendaries. I guess we're still on par for legendaries. We're what, 3 for 20 so far. Animated Peace Weaver. Man, I sometimes I like the regular art cards more than the animated ones. Like this one, you got the light obscuring the card art. It's like you can't really make out the details of like the castle and the trees in the background and everything. It's I hate it when the animated version of a card just like puts these shining lights in front that obscures the artwork. Anyways, random aside. God, still we're getting nothing. We're like 20 packs in and we're getting nothing already. Nothing. Oh, animated. This was actually not so bad. It's like kind of a faint light and it works really well with the scene. Rippling water. Oh yeah, that's kind of nice. I think I actually remember I complained about the artwork of this one being boring when we first saw it, but the animated one I kind of dig. Just like the rippling water just like makes the card for me. The card itself is still shit, but yeah. Ooh, Owlman. Okay, so it's vanilla 2/3, but you can enhance 7. Oh, for 4 and ambush. Holy damn. Oh, 7. So that's what one more from what's it called? Hyperia, the forest one. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you run this. Also, what the fuck is this? So are these his eyes, or is that the eye? It's an owl man, so yeah, this is the eye.
Would you like to know my name? Good owl. Owl attack! This is the power of the owl!
Okay, yes, this gives a much better sense of what the owl man's supposed to look like right here. yeah, so now we know what Owlboy got up to at the end of that game. He became the Owl Man, and
Would you like to know my name?
his voice became this. Interesting. I don't think it's good. But, oh yeah, this is a Forest Craft card. I don't know why I thought this was neutral. It's fine. It's playable. Yeah, aggro decks mostly, because you can play it on curve if you need to play it on curve, or you can play it for the, like, 6 attack ambush if you're looking for, like, a finisher of some kind. I've honestly... Okay. Maintenance was over. Now it's time for maintenance. Ugh. This is really disappointing. Anyways, I haven't actually played Owlboy. It's on my wish list, but I haven't actually gotten around to it yet. We were not even halfway done. We were not even halfway done. I guess this is maybe for the best. We're like, what? We're 2 hours and 15 minutes into the stream, and we've gone through, what, like 25 packs or something like that? Oh, boy. So, okay, I guess I'm just gonna talk a little bit about Shadowverse then. So they've done a new thing for this set, where they're not releasing the whole set all at once. Basically, they're going to be expanding the card pool for this set, like a couple months from now. So it's like we get most of the cards right here. I think there's like 90 some cards in the first part of the set that they've released right now, and then starting a couple months from now, they'll be adding like 20 more cards or something like that. Which, and including new legendaries, so they're actually bumping up the number of legendaries per class in this set to 3. And I was kind of pissed off enough already when they started adding 2 legendaries per class in each new set, because that's just like... Because I don't really play the game that much, not certainly as much as the people who are like really into this game, and I like to go free to play. So I don't like to like spend a lot of money, and I like to play all classes equally, so I don't like to craft like a bunch of legendaries to make one particular deck that I just play over and over again. Like I like to have 2 or 3 decks per class going at a given time. So I've been really unhappy with kind of the trajectory they've taken with like more and more legendaries. And now this bullshit right here, where they're like releasing the next part of the set a couple months from now. So it's like if I haven't been playing, then I'm just not gonna see those cards. Because they're just expanding the card pool, so it's like it's going to be that much harder to get the specific ones that I want. Why wouldn't they just release them up front with the rest of the set? It's really annoying for me and other free-to-play players. So for that reason, and that and the 3 legendary thing too, it's like I'm not going to be able to keep up competitively anymore. So it just seems to me that most likely this is going to be the excuse I need to just stop playing Shadowverse entirely. But I thought I'd give it, like one last hurrah and, do a pack opening and maybe build a few decks and play them here on stream to commemorate the newest and probably for me final set that I'll actually be playing in Shadowverse. But yeah, fuck all of that because, yeah, it's maintenance time. So yeah, that's my rant on Shadowverse, and I don't know, maybe we try this again tomorrow. Actually, I'm not going to be back tomorrow because, yeah, tomorrow's... Like I'm doing the family Thanksgiving thing, so I'm going to be gone for the Easter weekend, or Thanksgiving, fuck. Yeah, Easter weekend and all of that, so I'm going to be away doing family stuff. Is there anything else we can do productively before then? Probably not. Actually, I think I hear, because yeah, my sister is... staying the night tonight as well, so I think I hear them upstairs, so this would probably be a good time for me to end the stream anyways. Yeah, kind of sucks that I'm gonna be missing tomorrow's stream as well, even though I have a good excuse this time, whereas I didn't really for the last week of streams that I've missed, but hopefully we're gonna get things back on track now. So So the next regular scheduled stream is going to be next Wednesday. Yeah, definitely no promises on the evening streams this time around. And yeah, next plan. What did we say the next plan was going to be? We're going to do a mulligan on the Shadowverse stream. We're going to try that again and see if we can actually finish opening the packs and get some fucking games in. Although that sucks, because at this point, this is going to be day 2 of the expansion. And it's like, okay, everybody else is going to be a noob, so I'm just going to open my packs, I'm going to build my decks, and then we're just going to have some fun of it when the meta's still new. But now if I'm not going to get to do this till next Wednesday, everyone else will have been playing the new set for a week, the meta decks will have all been like completely determined, and I'm just going to get my face kicked in for like an hour of playtime. Now that I guess that's pretty much how it goes most of the time anyways when I play Shadowverse, so I guess it'll give you a typical idea of what a regular night of Shadowverse looks like for me. So yeah, anyways, I should go up and yeah, say hello to yeah, my sister's family. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me tonight. Oh yeah, I was going over the plans. What was the plan? I was just saying like, oh, we're gonna play this game. Oh yeah, Yono. Yeah, next on the agenda is Yono and the Celestial Elephants. We'll be starting that up next Wednesday for sure, and that is the plan. So yeah, take care, y'all. Have a good Easter weekend. Hopefully, I will too. And yeah, links and the bullshit and all that, YouTubes and the follows. We're gonna be right here. And yeah, feel free to check those out if you like what you've been seeing. And yeah, see you next time.